All right, good morning, y'all. I decided to make a complete change for today, and I am way far north. As you can tell, we're starting to get into that bigger water. But what I found is in this big water is I found the main channel, and I mean, you could just, I'm scanning it now, but you can see just all the stuff down there. And I don't know if that's good or bad. It looks like a lot of stuff, but we're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna go up here to a creek mouth. It looks like we're gonna drag out in front of it. It appears to be the shallower side, so that way, if I can keep the barges away, then we should be good, because it is a pretty narrow channel right through here. And all I'm doing is I'm kind of just creeping down to where I want to start, which, like I said, I say creek mouth. It's actually a really big bay back here, and so that's what I'm going to try to get in the front of to start. God, there's a lot of stuff down there, but I don't know if that's all Asian carp. I mean, it could be a number of things, but I would like to think that there's. I mean, just look at this. I mean, look at that, my Lord. But anyway, I would like to think that some of them are catfish. We're going to drag through them and see. I have never fished this spot before. This is completely new water. We had the big bright moon last night, so it's supposed to be the last full moon of this year. So I don't expect a whole lot today. I really don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a chance in this video, go over kind of more or less what I do as far as when I start the morning, come out to find an area. And this is a perfect example because I'm out here in a place that I've never fished before. And I'll just show you how I break it down, show you what I do. Because a lot of this is, I mean, about giving you guys ideas on what to look for when you break down an area, for you guys that tournament fish a lot all over the place. For some people that can be overwhelming, but it really isn't. I mean, it's really up to the matter if you're going to catch them or you ain't going to catch them, which is, the reality of the matter altogether. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scan a little bit more of this because it sets up perfectly, because where I come from, it was a straight stretch and it's a big S. It's just a big S right here. And so we don't have current yet, which I think we're supposed to have current later on. But man, it looks good through here. But yeah, I'll go ahead. Once we get everything set up, I get the rods out and stuff, we will dive into a little more of what I'm talking about as far as this video goes, because I really don't expect a whole lot of fish catches on this one. But I don't want to waste this opportunity. So yeah, I'll see you when we get set up. All right, y'all, we're set up now. I got some, I caught some shad and skipjack this morning. I was really glad I was able to find the shad shallow enough to use my net. But I did one throw and I got more than I need. But yeah, so we're set up, like I said, we're out here in a spot I have never fished before. It has been, I don't even know if I've ever been here before. I'm trying to think back. But anyway, so we're out here, we're gonna fish it. Again, we had that big bright moon last night. We've had that bright moon for the last 2 days, and of course it really showed yesterday when I was out fishing. I didn't really catch anything. I did catch a few fish, which I may put them in the video. But I wanted to come out and try a spot, just continue my way north, fishing water I haven't fished before. And like I said, based off the moon, stuff like that, I don't expect a whole lot today, so I want to take the opportunity in this video and just kind of go over, what I do to get ready, to fish, go to a spot, break down an area, things like that, which I showed you on the graph a little bit earlier. But like I said, this part of the channel, it's wide open water right here. But of course you got the channel, but it makes an S, right? So on the inside bend of where it makes the first part of the S, and then on the outside bend going up towards the straightaway, man, there was activity everywhere, which there's a lot of activity here too. It's just a matter of, if they're catfish, do they want to bite? So we're gonna run this stretch and then I'm gonna keep going around. It's probably a better part of 2 miles that I'm going to hop down, just test the water, just see what's out there. But yeah, like I said, I want to take this opportunity to answer some questions, because we've got some, over the last 4 weeks, well, a month, a little over a month, I've picked up an additional 500 subscribers, that's amazing. I never thought that I would have as many, 500 to start with, to be honest with you. And I'm just happy that, you guys chose to come on board and join us on these trips. And to the people that have been with me since day one, I surely appreciate it. I really do. It's you guys that give me the motivation to keep coming out here doing this stuff, which, I would come out anyway, more than likely. But I just enjoy being able to share these trips and these ideas and these things, and this some off the wall stuff that I do with you guys. And I wanted to say that to say this, that when I talk about, sharing ideas and stuff like that, which I love the comments. I love the comments I get. A lot of them are really good comments. But what I wanted to say is a lot of those comments ain't just for me. You'd be amazed at, how many people have commented on y'all's comments, and that's good. And that's kind of what I've always wanted to do and try to create is a way for everybody to share ideas without, being overly criticized about them all, because there's no cause for that. Just like, anything I do, if you guys see something that I could, possibly change that you have tried, I'm going to try it, But also at the same time, I want, want everybody to understand that what I do is, it's not the gospel, okay? So it's definitely not something you have to do to catch these fish in certain areas. Now, is it a lot of the stuff that I do a pretty good idea? Of course it is, but you may have certain things that, I don't even know about, and hopefully one day I'll get a chance to hear them ideas, and then, maybe I can implement a portion of that or all of it to what I do and help me as a fisherman catch more fish. But yeah, we're gonna drag some of this. Hopefully we'll pick up a fish or two, but I'm gonna pop in and out and just kind of go over some things. But like I said, we've got activity. I've got what's out there. I've got shad and skipjack out there, so we'll see. So yeah, again, sit back and relax and enjoy the show, if there's going to be one. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. What's the fish? Oh. Well, I got into a wad of them. Oh, this is so much fun fighting two of them at a time. I just kind of knew. I don't know. I think they're all about the same size. Of course, this one's going to get tangled up, but that's all right. Oh. Come here, buddy. Yeah, it's about what I figured was down there, was a bunch of little ones. That one there, he hooked in the back. I guess he tried hitting it. And oh yeah, this one here ain't a bad one. Yeah, he's not a bad one. You got me tangled up. I ain't real sure how you did that, but you did. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not a bad one. Well, we've already done a lot better than I thought we would. That's a fact. I did not think we would catch anything today. God dog. Ouch. Hold on, I'm trying to get you taken care of, buddy. But you gotta say ah. There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, look at him, boy, just as pale as can be. Yeah, he's been down there a while. All right. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Already made my day. Well, again, y'all gotta let go. Y'all gotta let go. There you go. All right, let me get this untangled. All right, so this poor little guy, I guess he was trying to swipe at it. That piece of shad that I had down there. Said he was trying to swipe at it, caught him right in the back. Goes to show you, ain't even these old triple threats. They'll hook him not even in the mouth. I appreciate it, buddy. Like I said, that's already, look at that, got this one going too. We have already did better than I thought we were today. Just with them two fish. I did not think we'd catch anything, not after that moon we had. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and we got a little bit of time now. I'm gonna go ahead and answer another question I get quite a bit. Everybody asks me, about my rig for my, skipjacks and stuff like that. And which, I know that I put this in videos before, but again, I don't expect everybody to go back and watch every video I put out. So basically what it is, and and I tie these. I don't tie these, but these are just regular. They're silver shiny honeys. I think Arky Jigs, Arky Lures make them. And I've tried a bunch of different colors. I went a lot of different ways trying to catch these skipjacks, and I have found these to be the best. Okay, so what I do is I'll take 4 of them, and then I'll tie them on. Well, this is 30-pound test line here for my leader, so to speak, and then this is 20-pound braid. I think it's 20-pound braid. Because you start getting several skipjacks on the line, it's fun to fight them with that, 8 and 10 and 12-pound test line, but you get, 2 or 3 on that are about, 2 pounds a piece, sometimes 2.5 pounds a piece. You're gonna want some more strength in that line. But anyway, what I do, I'm not real sure what the length of this is. I'm gonna guess 4 foot, maybe a little less than that. And then I just tie them all on with these loop knots, right? Then I space them probably 8, sometimes 10 inches apart. But at the end of it, I got all it is just an 1/8 ounce, it's just an 1/8 ounce crappie jig with a size 2 hook. And then I run a 3-inch Yum curly tail grub, which they make a ribbon tail, which I didn't pay attention when I bought them. But I bought a bunch of the ribbon tails, and they are garbage. I don't like them. So, but that's pretty much it, the setup when I catch the skipjacks. Now these, I have now turned to start pouring my own jig heads, because because I've got a bunch of lead at the house, and then of course I was like, why am I buying lead when I got a bunch at the house? So I just bought the mold and I'm starting to make these myself. Plus I can use the hook that I like. But these shiny heinies, like I said, Arky Lures makes them. And I just go straight to their website and I order them. That's where I get them. Because it's easier, you know, you kind of cut out a lot of the middleman when you do that. And you get, you know, the same price. Sometimes you get them a little bit cheaper because sometimes they're running sales on their website. But yeah, that's where I get everything, and that's the setup I use to catch my skipjack. Hope it helps. Like I said, that was one of the most asked questions I get is about my skipjack setup. And I know there's several different ways you can catch them. I see people use just the two, running two different size lines, things like that, and that's all great. And I know people that catch fish with them all the time, and it's awesome. It's just for me, you know, this is the best way. And I tell you, the thing that I've been targeting to find him skipjack is, well, kind of like this, where that mud bank is, you know. And speed this boat up. Got this current now, so that's good. But I'll find mud points, and we're actually getting ready to come up on one. I'm not going to fish it, but what they're doing is, because that's going to warm up first when that sun pops up. And so these fish are gonna, you know, the little shad, the little bait, whatever they're chasing is coming up, and then skipjack will be right behind them. But that's not to say that you got to throw at the bank. Where I've been catching them, this rig here, the way I reel it in, it's probably about 2 foot under the surface of the water, but I'm throwing it over probably 15 foot of water, and so them skipjack will come all the way up and get it, or they may be hanging out mid-range, you know, middle of the water column there. They will come all the way up and get it as long as they can see it. You know, of course, obviously water clarity plays a lot to that, you know, with that as well. But even if the water's dirty, the only difference is that, you know, them skipjack will move up just a little bit tighter to that bank because they can't see. So they're just relying on running into the, you know, the bait that they want to eat. But yeah, hope that helps. I know out here it's been killer. A lot of people having trouble catching them at the dams and stuff like that. But like I said, on the main river, main river, I've been able to find them, and not just in one or two spots. I'm talking at several locations. So that may be something. If you've got skipjack in your area and you're having a hard time finding them, you know, give that a shot. I mean, if you're already not catching them, I guess that'd be the worst case, is you run around and not catch them in other places. So hope it helps. Oh, there's a fish. That's a little bit better fish there. Of course, we got current too, so. Well, he felt like a better one. He don't feel like a better one too much anymore. But it's a fish. Well, I love this, just coming to a brand new spot, you know, and just kind of applying what I've applied in other places, and then, you know, kind of have it pay off. Now, like I said, he's not, you know, no monsters, which I don't expect to catch any decent ones today. I really don't, because most of them probably fed up all night last night, you know. But it just goes to show that you can take a lot of the stuff you already know and apply, come to, you know, a completely different area than what you're used to fishing, and, you know, more or less replicate it. But like I said, I don't expect to catch any big ones, and the reason is what I went over before, is because we had that really bright moon last night. I mean, these fish were able to feed up, you know, pretty much get their fill. But, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes that's how it works. All right, thank you, buddy. But I tell you, I've gotten a lot of bites down through here. That's the thing. I mean, I've had a lot of good I say a lot. I mean, I've had some good takedowns and stuff like that where they just didn't hook up, which I think a lot of them are probably these smaller ones too that we're running into. Okay, so the other thing that I was asked a lot of questions about, and I was also asked to kind of go over it in a video, and it makes a lot of sense to, you know, to help, you know, people understand exactly why, you know, I do what I do. But anyway, what I call this is called my burping stick, okay? Which you guys have seen me use it a lot. The reason why I use it is because if you catch a fish that comes out of deep water, which I'm currently in 41 foot of water, but it just seems like a lot of the fish I've been catching have been just, I mean, they got just rock hard bellies because they're so full of air. And so I don't know exactly what it does. I know it makes them more buoyant, maybe because of the pressure at depths. That part of it, you know, I'm no scientist, so I'm not gonna speculate on that, but I know that they definitely have a lot of air in them even when you pull them from deep water, and that's pretty much any fish. So anyway, what I use, and the reason why I use it, I'll say the reason first. The reason is if, okay, so you fight a fish, especially a bigger fish, you know, some of the smaller ones too, just because they don't have the, you know, the power to get to fight against that buoyancy. But the reason why I do it is, you know, let's say you fight a good fish, right? So you're fighting this fish and everything's going, he's running, you know, he's, you know, whatever. Well, by the time you get him in the boat, he's pretty exhausted, you know, and a lot of fish are. And so when you get him in, let's say now he's full of air, so you drop him back in the water, he may initially start to go down to where you're like, okay, he's good. But then you'll turn around and look and you'll see this little white belly, you know, 25, 30, 40, 50 yards behind you. Well, what he had done is he had tried to get down so much and he's so exhausted that he can't decompress, he can't do none of that stuff. So he just kind of more or less just gives up and just, you know, runs out of energy. Then he'll float up and eventually end up dying. And I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen in tournaments. I've seen that happen, you know, even with me myself. So that's why, you know, I typically run back and get them if I see them. If I don't see them, well, then, you know, it is what it is at that point. But, so anyway, what this is, what I use, this is it's a 1/2-inch piece of PVC pipe. And of course, I did the best I can to smooth all the edges and stuff like that. But anyway, I took well, actually, these are probably, I think these are 1/4-inch holes. But I just drilled 1/4-inch holes just in random places around the first, you know, 1.5 inches of it. So what that does is as you're just, you know, you gently ease it down, you know, past the crushers and stuff like that. And what that'll do, okay. Well, what that'll do is it'll just kind of spread everything out, and it is somehow, again, I'm not a scientist, but somehow it'll get to where the air bladder is, and it'll allow the air to escape out of that bladder. So that way, you know, when you put the fish down, now he's good. He can get all the way back down and do what he wants to do, or, you know, stop halfway, collect his thoughts, and then keep going. But that's one of the biggest reasons, you know, I think, especially, you know, cat fishermen, and I know a lot of bass fishermen pretty much have something like this. I mean, they have, the bass fishermen, they have needles and stuff that they use, but this is the easiest and most effective way to make sure you decompress your fish before you let them go. Because like I said, the alternative is, yeah, well, 90% of them make it if you drop back in the water, more than likely. But it's that 10% that I'm concerned with, because, you know, this, even all the way down to the 1-pounders up to the, you know, the 60s and 70s, because I've had to decompress fish that big too. So just keep that in mind when you're out there, and then just, again, like I've said before, pay attention to your fish, and you'll be better off for it. There we go. Pull and drag, pull and drag. A little bit better fish there. Let me spot lock this boat. A little bit better fish. Say he was pull and drag. Heck yeah, like I said, there's just too much going on down there to He feels like a decent fish. Heck yeah. Now we got current, so like I always say, you can't. Heck yeah, it's a little bit better fish here. Ah, quit doing that. I mean, he wanted it. I think I'm just swimming up. Let's get you up here, buddy. So I guess you guys turn, just in case we don't get him in the net. Oh yeah, oh, he just barely hooked too. Yeah, he just barely hooked. Hang on, buddy, let me get the net. I don't know why I don't ever get this thing ready. Come on, buddy. Yeah, he is just barely hooked. Doesn't matter now. Yep, it doesn't matter now. Heck yeah. Well, I mean, just barely hooked. I don't know, unless it just kind of slipped out. So it just kind of slipped out. I guess that's possible, you know, and ended up hooking him again. Well, you are definitely glove worthy there, buddy. You are definitely glove worthy. No monster. I'd say he's every bit. Oh yeah, okay. He's 20s, 20, 25 pounds. Heck yeah. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, man. Say he wanted it. There he goes. All right, let's do that again. So I'll show you what I've been looking at this entire time. Okay, so if you look at the screen, I mean, look at all that activity. I mean, of course, all that's bait. You know, a lot of that's bait, but all that activity right there, it's been wild. But I mean, hey, there's cats with them. Let's catch them. Pull and drag, pull and drag. God, dog. Another good one. My God. Oh, wow. I mean, just peel and drag. Heck yeah. Man. About like that last one, I'd imagine. Pretty close to him. No, stay out of the, come over this way. Come over this way. Well, I guess it's a good thing I reeled that other line in, swap out the bait. I mean, they are just mad when they hit this thing initially. Come on, buddy. Say he's about like that last one. Nope, nope, stay out of that line over there. Come over this way. Come over. Don't you do it. Okay, I think I got it. He's a little bit smaller. But just as aggressive though, I tell you that. Just as aggressive. Heck yeah. I mean, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. I mean, just as aggressive though. Man, I tell you what. Well, I guess this spot's gonna get a waypoint for sure. Yeah, this spot's gonna get a waypoint for sure. Heck yeah. Yeah, he's all right. Just long, man. You see how, God, that's a long fish. Yeah, he's probably still, probably 15, 16 pounds. Covered in mud. Of course, that's what this whole bottom is. I mean, you can tell by the bank, this whole place right here is just nothing but mud. Just a big old fat thing. Yeah, you're all right. Well, I appreciate it, buddy. I really do. Heck yeah. Well, all right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. We had a good day. I don't care. We didn't catch big ones, but the last 2 days we have had that bright moon, which I'm sure y'all know, but it's always a weird time, like I said, when that moon comes out, because you're just not real sure if you're going to catch him or waste a bunch of time. I honestly thought I was going to come out here and waste a bunch of time, but I still wanted to make a video, kind of explaining a couple of the major questions that I've been asked. And then, possibly throwing a couple fish catches in the mix. But we ended up doing pretty dang good like I said, on a day that I didn't think we was going to catch anything. Again, to recap this day, is I come to a whole different place that I've never fished this before. And to be able to, come into a spot kind of more or less what I would do further south and just kind of apply it. But and I am, be honest with you, when it's open water like this, and then I got to kind of, navigate through a channel with all this water sitting around, okay, it's a little intimidating for me, but, it's definitely something, I can't do, and it's definitely something, all y'all can't do either. It's just, I don't do this a lot, and what it really was is that time I spent with Spencer, and we were fishing kind of the same deal, and I was like, well, let's just find the ledge and go fishing. And that's basically what I did. Is I found the channel ledge, and I started fishing. I had fish coming off the ledge, right on top of the ledge, and then out towards the channel part. So, but it worked out pretty good. Like I said, I was pretty happy with today. Bait again was fairly easy. They're pretty well stacked up. But as you can see, we got some clouds coming in. That's supposed to be bringing us some rain and a little bit of snow, they say. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack this up and get back to the house before all that comes down. But yeah, like I said about the comments and stuff like that, please comment so that way we can, I guess, communicate as a manner of speaking, because I kind of like getting everybody's feedback, not so much on the videos, but maybe a couple of questions of what I do or things like that, because it helps me. But then again, like I said in the very beginning, it also helps others that read through them comments, because they learn a thing or two. And I've actually had a lot of people, message me, whether it be on there or through Facebook, and basically say, hey, it's great, start that conversation. I learned something from, so-and-so that commented on whatever video. So yeah, you guys keep that up. I like that. I like having a place where we can share ideas, and so far, nobody's overly critical about an idea, and that's kind of what I want, because there's too much of that elsewhere. But anyway, Like always, I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.